Hello, family.
And welcome back.
Welcome back.
Us,
It's
the
us.
Richardsons.
Listen, with my dope marriage.
Yes, episode 2.
Is your marriage dope?
My marriage is dope.
Well, my marriage dope. That means
I would-
our marriage is dope.
I was going to say,
Okay,
I
okay,
would
was
hope
hoping- I
that
was
if
hoping-
my marriage
yeah, I
is
was
dope,
just-
that your
I
answer
was
would be
hoping-
that your marriage
Mine is dope,
dope
too. Mine is
seeing
dope.
that it's both the same marriage.
Same
but
thing. So listen, first of all, thank you for tuning in.
Yes,
Right.
thank you for tuning
We
in
don't
once
take for
again.
granted, right? We don't take that for granted.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Because listen, we live in an age of social media.
Right.
Right. TikTok, Instagram. Do they still do the for the Vine?
No,
Okay,
they don't do it for the Vine no
anymore.
Yeah.
X, because it's not Twitter anymore.
Oh, I was like, where you going with X?
It's not Twitter
I
anymore.
thought she was about to. That's DMX. You don't know about that because you did
No.
the whole X thing. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I was like, okay.
But I'm just saying, there's so many platforms out there. Everybody is out there.
Now I got DMX in my head. Let me just stop, drop. Okay, I had to get that out.
Thank you.
Okay, we good.
Because I'm sure now you totally busted the
I probably did, but that was my DMX. But listen, we don't take for granted.
No, because there's so many platforms out there, right?
Right.
But we're just blessed to have this platform
are.
where we talk about dope marriages,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
We are here, the Richardsons, sharing our experience, our journey, giving you insight into our lives, which this one will tell you everything.
I'm gonna tell everything.
He'll tell everything.
I said everything.
He's going to tell everything.
But listen, before we get started, right, here's what I want you to do. Let's go ahead and tell them how they can find us on social media.
Yeah. Well, first of all, if you haven't already done so right now, like this
Hold on,
broadcast.
I feel like Bobby Boucher adjusting my mic so much. I'm like, is this okay? I'm good now.
You good now?
Yeah, because they was gonna watch me. They like, he touching the microphone. Yeah, I'm good.
Listen, it's okay because I kept bumping my chin into it.
Okay,
So it's
okay.
probably going to have makeup on here in a minute. But it's okay.
Well, it's
But
ours. We
listen-
paid for it, so you do.
Exactly. But listen, you can, right now, you can go ahead and like. You can go ahead and share.
Share this.
Invite
Subscribe
someone
to our
else,
page.
Whether
Subscribe to our page.
Whether they're married, engaged, single,
Complicated.
divorced.
All of that.
All of that. Complicated.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Not sure.
This is a show that will be a blessing to all
Fighting
of them.
right
okay?
now.
I cannot with you. But
So-
go ahead and check us out on all of our social media. Subscribe and hit the notification bar. My Dope Marriage.
My Dope Marriage,
That's how
everything,
you can find us. And then
everything.
you can also go right to our website
Yeah.
at dopemarriage.com. And you'll find us there as
You'll
well.
find us
We
there.
have so much in store for you in this season
man.
of our podcast. I mean, we have some time that we're going to be doing Dropping Diamonds. That's when
Little
we're just-
wisdom here and there.
Yeah, that's, we just bring up a little quick, short subject.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something that's going on, trending.
You never know.
That affects
You never
marriages,
know.
husbands, wives, people in general.
Uh-huh.
Never know what it is. So look for those Dropping Diamonds.
Drop those diamonds. All
Yes.
kind of good stuff, right?
Yes.
So here we are, episode 2.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. So last episode, we were talking about how we started our journey
Uh-huh.
to 30 years. Because if this is your first time
Boy.
watching, let me just go ahead and make it plain. Because sometimes people don't know who they're listening to.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
So we want to let you know that one of the reasons why we felt the call, if you will, the urge, the desire to talk about marriage is because we've been blessed to be married 30 years.
30 years, 30
30 years.
años,
30 years in the
años.
game, son.
Thought I just kind of used some of my Spanish that I
Yeah, put
learned
it
in
out
high
there.
school.
Can you say it in
long time.
Brazilian?
First of all, it's Portuguese.
Oh. I'm just saying you was, okay.
Right.
Can you say it in Portuguese?
It's kind of similar, I think.
Okay.
So, little interesting fact about me.
Okay.
When I was in
Okay, come on. I want to hear this.
when I was in Brazil as
An exchange student.
exchange student.
My wife was an exchange student.
Yeah.
She had good education. Go ahead, keep telling me.
Well, what had happened was I went down there and I was an American.
Okay.
And yeah, I did more immersing myself into the culture as far as traveling and partying and hanging out with
You was
people.
fast.
No, I
You
wasn't.
was
no.
fast. That's what that
no, no,
was.
no, no,
Oh,
no,
okay,
no,
what
no.
happened?
Well, what happened was, to be honest, to be the straight up truth, is
I'm
that
waiting.
the seasons are flipped, right? Because they're on the other side of the equator.
See, well, anytime you gotta get that much intro.
We'll talk
for
about
you.
that
Okay,
later.
you was
But-
fast.
No, I was
okay, you
not.
weren't fast. No, you weren't
No,
fast.
I was
you
not.
weren't.
But
You
it's
was-
been so
you
long
was-
since
you
I've
was
spoken
slow.
Portuguese. And guess what? I still have great relationship with my family
Oh,
down
wow.
there because I spent a lot of time
And
with
I
them
totally
traveling.
forgot what we was talking about.
So we were talking about that we have been married
30
and
years.
30
There it
years,
is. Look how you
and I,
brought that
and
thing
I
back.
I said it in Spanish.
That's what happened. As you can
Yeah.
see, we just so 30 years later. But here's what you also can see: we really do love each other.
We do. We love one another.
Okay.
We like one another.
Oh man, that's a good one, sweetheart. That's a good
we
one.
enjoy
We
one
enjoy-
another's company.
Listen, before you jump past that, because somebody needed to hear that again.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of people that love each other, but they don't really like each other.
Yeah.
Right? We like each other. We
Yeah.
enjoy being together.
And you know what? Hey, we could just take a little pause right
Okay.
there and talk about it.
Okay.
Because, when you have a healthy marriage, sometimes you do get to a point after 30 years, 40 years.
Yeah.
Sometimes, y'all, after 10 years and 20
Listen.
years, 2 years,
Listen.
you get to a point where you love somebody, right? Because
Yeah.
you've shared some very intimate times and
Right.
you've shared some victories and you've shared some failures with this person.
Yeah.
So there's love. You know,
Right.
you hear people, even divorced people, they say, I still got love for him. I
Yeah,
still got
right,
love for her.
right.
But liking somebody is actually wanting to be in the company
You
of
wanna be
someone.
with them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, because you really you enjoy
You enjoy
Yeah, you
their
enjoy
company.
their
Right.
company, you enjoy their presence, you enjoy conversation with
Yeah.
them, you enjoy doing things with them.
Well-
So in marriages, healthy marriages, it's very important
Listen,
to have both.
that you want to be around somebody. Right?
Yes.
And so the last time we was here, we were telling the story of how we started this journey of 30 years, right?
Right.
And you were sort of sharing, because if you got to go back and watch the last
Yeah.
episode.
Just hit
'cause
the
this
replay.
is the replay on the last
Yeah.
episode. But you were starting to tell some of what made you the type of person that you were,
Mm-hmm.
which is the person that I fell in love with, and it was the person that I was attracted to, right?
Yeah.
So you were talking a little bit about how your grandparents, their influence on your marriage, because one of the things we said in the last episode is that when I met you, one of the things that really I was smitten by. Watch that now. You didn't know I had that word in my
Or
vocabulary.
you can say my favorite word that you say.
What? Intoxicated?
I'd rather be with you.
Yeah, that was because we're talking about dope marriage.
Yeah.
But what caught my eye?
That's
was-
my thing now. I'd rather be. Oh, you got to say the word first. Say it. Say it.
Intoxicated.
I'd rather be with you. Yeah.
We started. Okay, so it was it was how you carried yourself, right? Because how do I shift gears now to try to get serious?
Come on. It's very easy. I'm going to show you.
Show me.
I'd rather be with you. Yeah.
So, You
You see how I
carried
bring it down? I start here and then I bring it on in.
you carried yourself
Mm-hmm.
in a way that was full of grace and elegance, right? So tell the people as I get myself
Well,
together.
we always talk about, and we hit on this the last time as well, right? Is that when you enter into a relationship, right?
Okay.
Because maybe somebody's watching me, you're like, I'm not married.
Right.
Listen, this stuff can cross over and carry over into any relationship that you have. But especially in marriage, when
Okay.
you join with somebody, you are bringing to the table or to that relationship everything about
Everything,
you,
yeah.
right? And the things that shaped you and make you who you
Right,
are
right.
start really in your childhood.
It started home, absolutely.
It starts with what
You
you
bring that person to the marriage,
What
absolutely.
you saw growing up, what you
Yeah,
experienced,
yeah.
what the environment was.
Yeah.
Was it loving? Was it toxic?
Right, that's
was it
good. Oh,
chaotic?
man,
And you bring that into your relationship.
Hold on a second. That's so good. Everything you said to me is another episode.
Oh, it
So
sure is.
We're gonna have
Oh,
to
'cause we
unpack
gotta
this
talk
stuff.
about-
We're gonna have to talk about.
Oh, yeah, we gotta talk
how
about
your
bringing that
mom and
stuff.
them either can bless or mess up your marriage.
What?
How your family members can either
Yes.
add to or take away.
Your BFF.
Ooh.
All of that. It
All of
brings
that.
it,
Yeah.
and you bring it into the marriage. And guess what? Come on and take this journey with
Yeah.
us, okay? Come on, tune in every time you
Please.
get that
I'm telling you, it's gonna be
notification
good.
because it's going to be something every time.
Okay.
But, we'll get into it later, but when you bring that into the marriage, these are the things that affect your marriage.
Okay.
Right? So if you feel like, well, my marriage ain't dope, right now.
Right.
I bet you it has something to do
Right.
with what you've experienced before.
Right. Absolutely.
With your outlook. So
Absolutely.
for me, a big influence in my life, especially my childhood, were my grandparents,
Okay.
both on my mother and father's side. So my maternal and paternal grandparents.
Right.
More so my maternal grandparents, because while my mother and father married for a short time, they weren't married.
Right.
They like I just said, it was married for a short time.
Well,
all right. So
amen.
So, but when I saw my grandparents on
Okay.
both sides, these were couples that were married 50 plus years.
Wow. We're getting there. We're getting
raised children.
Yeah.
Right. Went through, and you were talking about my grandparents, right?
Right.
So they have lived through sharecropping years,
Right.
segregation, and
Right.
all of that,
Right.
right? But what they brought to their marriage was that it was. Listen,
Dope.
yeah, I'm not gonna say a certain couple name, but listen. Hey, this couple, they ain't the first ones that's been, riding down with one another.
Oh, okay. You be. I have no idea
Well, I
when
don't
you
be
be.
knowing. I don't be.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll be like, what's she about to say?
Okay, so I don't know,
What's up?
Can you say people's names?
Oh, that's what
things
you're
like
trying to hold back.
that.
Okay.
Right. So
Okay.
I I don't want to, get us in trouble and get us kicked off
Okay.
after episode 2.
Not after episode
that
2.
Would that would
Yeah.
defeat the purpose.
Maybe episode 4. So.
But seeing all of that,
So.
right?
And so.
Down for one another.
So basically, what happened was when I met you, I met your upbringing. Because you were raised to be a woman of grace, right? Which really goes back to the importance of how you were raised, you bring into your relationship, right? So the night I met you, I didn't know I was meeting Gussie Mae Boone.
That was my grandmama's name. One of my grandmamas.
You saw how she looked at me when I remembered her grandmother's name. I'm a
Yes.
bad man.
My
shut
other
your mouth.
grandmother is Elzora Dunn.
I knew that too. So what I'm saying is that I met that influence on you, and it pulled me in such a way that I said, I got to make a decision. Am I going to pursue this woman? Because this woman is not playing games, right? So we talked about what that night was to you, but I want to sort of share the other side of that night because you didn't know what was going on in my world.
No, I
right?
didn't.
So we mentioned at the last
Except
episode.
for you was trying to. All I do know is
What you know?
you were trying to be silky smooth.
I was trying to be what?
Silky smooth.
Okay. So let me tell the people
Tell the
that I
people.
won't try. I was succeeding. So what had happened was, if you watched the last episode, you realized that she had gotten dumped.
You don't have to get this recap, but go ahead since you already started.
She was dating my roommate. And
after I got
right
dumped.
on rebound. So she had bounced once to my roommate. She bang roommate. So on the other side of town, I was dating somebody who I was thinking about getting serious with, but it was somebody because they didn't carry themselves with
Hey,
the same.
didn't you call your father and tell him you were bringing her home?
I did. So I was,
It's more than thinking to
but
me.
I was still thinking.
Okay.
I was in the thinking process, thinking, but I didn't trust her, right? And unfortunately, she carried herself in a way that wasn't so conservative. And I hate to use the word conservative because when people hear conservative, they think old, but I think discretion.
Okay.
Right? So she didn't really have a lot of discretion to how she presented herself, which to me was a sign that maybe she's not somebody I can trust with, because I want to be with somebody whom will save something for me. Does that make sense? Am I sort of talking in the right way?
Yeah, I mean, we were young, right?
Yeah.
But yet we still, again, it's so much to
Yes.
unpack here,
Yeah.
right? But we still had some type of sense of what we wanted.
We had some sense of what we
even
wanted.
at an early age.
So she was leaving for her next duty station, right? And so when she left for her next duty station, I went like 4 days, and I didn't hear from her, right? She didn't call me.
So, put it in
Put it in
perspective.
perspective.
this is a time where cell phones, we didn't even have beepers yet, did we?
We didn't have beepers
We didn't even
yet.
have
No
beepers.
beepers.
Okay, so there was no way to communicate.
Absolutely.
You know,
Wow.
outside of a payphone.
We kind of older.
This definitely was
No
the land.
beepers.
This was landline era.
No two ways.
No.
Nothing.
I mean, I had a car
You
phone.
did have a car phone.
I did.
Bougie. How do you have a car phone back in? So,
And I wasn't running drugs.
yeah, you wasn't.
Because only back then, only one you saw with one was Nino Brown.
You right. You right.
So
you
I
right,
wasn't
you
running
right,
drugs.
you right. So she didn't call me, and on the fourth day, Thursday shows up. I want to share the Thursday.
Uh-huh.
So Thursday come, and I'm feeling, as they say, away. I'm like, ain't no way in the world she done moved on. Why? Because of the way she carried herself.
And like you said, you already didn't trust her.
I didn't trust her. So the fact that I didn't trust her and then she didn't call me says that she proved you to be true. She probably done met somebody at her next duty station. She done moved on. So why you gonna sit here like Boo Boo the Clown while she out there doing her thing? So I decided I'm going to hit the Helm Club.
Mm-hmm. That was the club on base.
Yeah. And I know this was before the time, but, I think Usher got his song for me because I was the first one to find love in the club. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm headed to the club, and I had this powder blue suit on. Yo, let me tell you.
Tell
them about the powder blue.
Powder blue is actually an episode all by itself when we talk about generational things, okay?
Yeah,
because right now, even at the mention of powder blue, my mother-in-law is looking, and she is like,
because my daddy, I didn't know my father's favorite color was powder blue.
Yeah, and that's what he
and
would
when he was
put
feeling
on.
pimpalicious,
Yeah.
when he was feeling pimpalicious,
He would put
sorry,
on his
Dad,
powder
my mother
blue.
told me about it.
And then
My
your
grandfather,
granddaddy-
had a powder blue suit. That when he was feeling pimpalicious,
Like
I inherited the power
somewhere
of the powder blue.
Somewhere the men in this
So,
family thought that.
So I put my powder blue suit on, and I had my chesses out. I was only 140 pounds, but I had my chesses out.
Because you were 19.
And so I went to the club that night, and if you see that first episode, we had met, but we hadn't started dating.
Right.
And so when I went to the club that night, and I looked across the room, and all I could hear was, pretty, dun-dun, brown, dun-dun, eyes. Because I'm going to be honest with you. No, real talk.
Uh-huh.
Your eyes was one of the first things that actually pulled me in.
Oh.
You had the most amazing, and I could see them in the club. The club is dark, guys. There's partying going on. But I'm not going to lie to you. I was like, yo, it's something about this girl's eyes, right? So I ran up on you, right? And I was pimpalicious. I was pimpalicious. And so I came and
In your powder blue jeans.
and your lips said hello, and I said hi. I knew right there you were.
Ooh.
Okay, give me my backup music, right? So here we were, and here was the problem, is that you was looking kind of good, but you was dating my roommate, right?
We were just talking.
And so I had to do my Dougie Fresh.
We were
Cut
just
that zero.
talking.
Get with this hero. You know what I'm saying? I had to save your life. Because you dated ugly dudes. I'm going to just be honest with you. That dude, their foreheads was like, I can't even do it. They had like a 27 head. It was like, man, I saved your life. The DJ didn't save your life. I did, right?
You know what?
But here's what was funny,
Move
right?
along with your story, buddy.
And you did something else that really, see, I'm telling it.
Go ahead and tell
I'm trying to
it.
help the people.
Go ahead.
You did something that was a turn off and turn on at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we went to dance,
Yep.
and you walked on the dance floor with your purse,
Yep.
which was different, you know what I'm saying? But I understand we don't trust people. Folks be stealing. So you came on with your purse,
It was a Louis Vuitton.
and you put the purse on the floor. So we was dancing. You know what I'm saying? We was grooving. It was, you know what I'm saying? And then I was getting a little close to you, and you tapped me in the chest, and you pointed to the ground. And I was like, oh, did I step on a foot? Well, let me just make sure, you know what I'm saying, I ain't got two left feet. So I was dancing a little bit more, and I was grooving.
That's how we do it in North Carolina.
So you know what I'm saying? So it's
a line.
It's a line from The Wood. So you did it again. And I was like, nah, no, I didn't step on the foot again. but you pointed to the ground. And I was like, the ground?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the purse.
Yes.
Tell them about the purse.
The purse was the boundary.
Oh my
Like,
God.
don't cross.
So when I saw the purse was the line,
Mm-hmm.
it was a turn off because it was saying, not me, not tonight, not this girl, but it was a turn on because it was saying, not me, not tonight, not this girl. It was saying, I am a woman of standards. And it's going to take more than just having a powder blue suit on.
And some of your lines.
And some of my lines. But actually, that night when we started talking, right?
Well, it wasn't that night because
That's right. That
yeah,
night,
yeah, because yeah.
Well, when we started talking.
You left me after that dance.
Why you got to tell everybody?
Because you just said it.
Okay,
you
you're
were
right.
like, oh, that was a turn off, a turn on.
But I
But
left.
it was more turn.
But watch this. I
But you left me
But I was
on the
thinking
dance
about
floor. Ooh, okay. What?
you. Bars.
Was I? Say what?
Intoxicating.
I'd rather be with you. Ooh, yeah.
So, but Jesus. But what's amazing, and I want to just give them something to think about.
Go right ahead. Yeah.
Is that there's a saying, opposites attract, right? And another part of this story is that we were absolutely the opposites of what we were looking for,
Right.
right?
We were the opposites because I did like tall guys, right? Because
Okay.
I'm short.
Yeah, okay.
All right. I'm short.
There's a story, I can't wait to an episode of a story when you went out one night and it was a dude to try to hit on you and y'all was the same height. I'm sorry.
And I was sitting in a bar chair, one of those high bar chairs, and he was eye level. I was like, bro.
I'm sorry.
Oh
But we
my
were
gosh.
opposite. You like tall dudes.
Yes, I did like tall dudes.
But
I like tall, dark-skinned
you
dudes.
like chocolate.
Because I was definitely on my school days.
Oh, that's what it was.
No, I mean, I just like dark skin.
You like dark skin.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, I'm
You like a lot of melanin.
yes,
Okay.
exactly.
And here I come, all macchiato.
Macchiato.
What is called? I was caramel macchiato.
I thought you were sometime. Never mind.
Okay.
Not gonna say that. Might
Yeah,
get in
don't say that.
trouble.
So,
But,
so we was opposites.
yes.
And I like caramel. More of the lighter version of a woman. And I liked a taller woman. I was actually attracted to a woman who was at least 5'6". So here you come,
4'11".
a little Hershey kiss. Little Hershey kiss.
But those Hershey kisses make you want more.
Well, but here's what we found out later too, is that what made us attracted to each other wasn't just the physical, it was the conversation. Because what I found out was that it wasn't so much that you were opposite of me as much as you were the part of me that was lacking.
Yeah.
Right.
Because not only were we opposites as far as what we each other really, looked for in
Okay.
somebody that we would talk to, date at the time, but also our backgrounds
Okay.
were completely opposite.
Okay.
And like you said, we didn't know it then, didn't understand it
Yeah.
then, right? But now we can look
Yeah,
back on it
yeah.
and see how even our
Because you from the suburbs.
I'm from the yes.
I'm from the hood.
Yes, I'm from
I'm
the
one of the
suburbs.
boys in the hood that's always hard.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that was me. You was from the...
That didn't sound
That didn't sound too
like
good?
you meant like
Like
hard.
the Easy E.
Uh-huh.
Boys in the hood is always hard. So let me just go ahead and make that
yes.
plain. Okay.
I mean, it is a marriage
yeah,
show,
but
so
but you was like, you was a suburbarian girl.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
So so we had differences in our
Different
upbringing.
backgrounds. Mhm.
Our upbringing, we had even differences on our outlook on life.
You're right. You're right.
You know?
You're right.
But years later,
Yeah.
right, as we got into our journey, and let me tell you, we also had these same things. We had to also overcome some other things in our marriage that
Yeah.
came up because of them,
Yeah.
right? So because of that, because we were on our journey, but we had different backgrounds, we had different perspectives.
yeah.
We were opposites. So sometimes we struggle, but in this point in our lives, and not just 30 years, but even
Yeah.
beforehand, we can see how those opposites have complemented one another.
Complemented each
right?
other, yeah.
We always say that marriage is not 50-50, half of a person
Right.
coming together with another half person to make a whole person. No, it's a whole person joining with another whole person
Absolutely.
to make a complete unit.
Whole marriage.
Yes, a
Yeah.
whole marriage.
And you know, while I'm thinking, and I know we're running out of time, but
This time goes,
it goes
by
by quick.
so
But one of the things
quickly.
I wanted
My
to share
goodness.
without going into detail is that, guys, we having fun, but we've been through a lot,
Yeah.
right? We're
We're going to talk about
We've
it.
dealt with some infidelity issues,
Yes.
Financial crisis issues,
Yes.
health issues,
Communication.
issues, intimate issues, every issue and other issues that we'll share because you'll be shocked at some of the things we've gone through. But the reason I wanted to sort of end with that, because people will watch and they'll see all the fun, but they don't understand that there was pain in this journey.
There was.
Some unnecessary because we were so young.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Even though we had that instinct or that feeling of wanting to be in a committed relationship,
Yeah.
didn't mean that we knew how to be in a
We
committed
had no clue.
Didn't mean it.
Marriage won't dope. Marriage was questionable. It was like, what is this? What am I getting myself into?
Man,
Right? But here's what we want you to do. Take the ride with us.
Yes.
Right? I hope that you are having fun already, but we also want you to know that we're looking to share some things from our journey that we believe will help you in your journey, right?
That's right.
And also, this is not just a one-way show.
No.
Guys, we want to hear from you.
Yes.
Tell us.
Yes, tell us. Listen, we love to incorporate questions
Yeah.
from our viewing audience in anything that we do when it comes to marriage. You know, this podcast is not our first rodeo. We have also had a radio
Yeah.
show. We do marriage ministry
Been doing
through our
counseling for a
church.
long
We do
time.
counseling, you know, so we do this quite often.
Yeah.
But this platform where we can, you know, reach, you know, more people and also just hear back, interact with those that are watching as well. So send us your questions. Maybe you have a question. Maybe you have a situation that you want to hear someone else's perspective on,
Oh,
all
that's
right?
good.
You know, then send it to us. You can send us an email and make sure that you send it to
mydopemarriage
at Gmail.
gmail.com.
It's only episode 2. I'm trying to
Yeah,
get
we're
these
getting
out.
there. mydopemarriage
mydopemarriage
at
gmail.com. Right? You can also access that right off the website, right?
Absolutely. So just go
go
to the website again,
dopemarriage.com. Follow us on all of our social
Yeah,
media platforms. You know, you can, you know, sometimes you might not necessarily want to put it on social media because it's tagged to your name. But if you know, hey, if you don't have a problem asking your question there, you want to see something discussed on an upcoming episode, then
hit us up.
go right ahead.
Hit us up, because ultimately, as we take this journey, right, what you're going to find out is that marriage is a lot of things.
It is.
Right? It's fun.
It is.
We say it.
It's exciting.
It's exciting. It's
It is.
intoxicating.
I'd rather be with you. Yeah.
It can be challenging. You silly. But the thing we really want you to get from this is that
Yes.
out of all the things that marriage is,
All of it.
marriage is dope.
It's dope.
So that is our time. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to tune in to the next episode.
That's right.
We will see you soon.
Bye-bye.